Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Paul.
And we're going to have a look at actors who are so committed they actually hurt themselves.
We do videos every Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday being our Rapid Tuesday, and Thursday being our longer pieces on the entertainment industry at large. So, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, share us out. We're fairly close to 100, or we might be at 100.
Hit the subscribe button, you won't get hurt. Unlike the people we're going to talk about tonight, who, to explain what we're going to talk about, these are actors that were so in the moment, they just went with it to the point of actually injuring themselves. Or in one case, they
just wanted to commit.
They wanted it to look so real that it ended up being real. So we'll kick it off nice and quick because we keep these videos fast on a Tuesday. My favourite one of all these is the one that most people maybe know. It's Sylvester Stallone when making Rocky IV with the amazing Dolph Lundgren, who was a giant, essentially, in my eyes back then.
Yeah. That makes sense. Dolph Lundgren is a giant.
Yeah. Well, Sylvester Stallone wanted the ending, the big fight. He wanted the knockout scene to look real. He wanted hits to look real. So he asked Dolph Lundgren, he told Dolph Lundgren to hit him as hard as he could. And what was the result of that, Paul?
4 days in intensive care. That's what happened.
Yep. Dolph Lundgren hit him so hard that Sylvester Stallone ended up with a swollen heart and was in intensive care.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious injury for the art.
Yeah. But as far as Rocky films go, I really like 4. I know a lot of people aren't down with it, but I'm into the I must break you Rocky.
I know, I really enjoy the montage where it's like where Rocky's in the the outback of snow, and there's those two Russian guys like
training with
in
logs
the bushes going, what is he doing? And they're just like, he's carrying logs. And they're just like, yeah, but our guy fights robots. What? How do we compare these two?
I'm cutting off his Russian accent here, folks.
The metrics don't make sense.
So yeah, no, like fair play, Sylvester Stallone wanting for things to look real. That's a great goal. Looking at Dolph Lundgren walk past you, at no point, no matter how big you are, you're going to go hit me as hard as you can. So, well, lunatic.
Committing to the piece, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, he needed to be committed, all right, to a hospital. So what's up next?
So the next one is Channing Tatum.
Oh, yeah, in the Foxcatcher.
Yes.
Where he played a wrestler, hyping himself up. And what did he have to do as part of the scene to hype himself up? Set the scene, Paul, we will play it.
So, Channing Tatum is essentially hyping himself up for a wrestling match, bigging himself up and stuff, getting the adrenaline kind of moving and stuff. So he sees himself, and as any good, strong athlete does, decides to attack, decides to headbutt the mirror. But, decides to go a little too far there, Patrick, doesn't he?
Yeah, so it was part of the scene that he would headbutt the mirror. So the mirror had, safety film and stuff like that, apparently. But Channing Tatum really leaned into it. So as you will have seen or are seeing right now, the headbutting the wall behind the mirror was not part of the plan. He headbutted the mirror so hard that he not only broke it, on the second and third try, he got as far as the wall and apparently put like a 2-inch dent in the wall with his head. And like a real champ, continued on with the scene.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. That's commitment.
Yeah, it really is. Because, he's probably got some kind of head injury, either a cut or something like that might just, play it off a little bit. But he really kind of, if I smashed my head, unless his skull is fairly thick, I'd be fairly dazed. And him having the ability to continue acting.
Yeah, well, there you go. They don't give out Oscars for it, but they should. Fair play to you, man. That would have been top in the category of headbutting a wall way too hard. At least he didn't ask the wall to hit him. Sylvester Stallone.
True. So number 3.
Number 3, Leonardo DiCaprio. This is the famous one because a lot of people know this, and we're kind of bringing it up because there's a little bit of controversy. Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. There's a part where there's a glass already smashed on a table. He smashes his hand down. And cuts himself. He cuts himself on actual glass, and his hand is bleeding. Now, his character does end up rubbing that blood on someone else's face, but there's a big Hollywood argument as to whether or not it's an urban myth that he, used the actual blood from that cut, or which is kind of weird and gross, and fair play to his co-star if she did actually just put up with it, or if it was, oh, you know what, we should use this, and then they shot it.
Yeah, like it's the part where he's talking to Django, and the doctor has come to his to Candyland Ranch, he's having the conversation with him about buying and selling all, and and he says that they're like, he smashes down being kind of very aggravated, and you can see the blood and stuff. He plays it off really well, because it plays really into his craziness of his character and everything like that. And yeah, this controversy thing is literally like, does the scene continue in him then, touching the co-star with his bloodied hand, or if it was like, well, he cut his hand in the last scene and it's going to be the scene that I'm going to use, so we'll use some prop blood to kind of like, continue on with the way that Leonardo wants to go with. So yeah, it's a bit like, you did a lot of research on this and you couldn't find a definitive answer.
I could probably have done more, but because there's two schools of thought on it, the internet, all of a sudden there's just people on both sides. So
yeah,
I think you'd have to ask Leonardo DiCaprio, and haven't got his number on me at the moment. Yeah, it's in my other phone, and I text him and he's like, who this?
Yeah,
it's Hearsay, man.
New number.
We could close this out with more of a something that's slightly less well known. It's not an actual injury, but it's something that could have gone very seriously wrong. Oh,
it's like a commitment to the piece kind of thing.
Committed, but didn't thankfully end up injured. So Michael J. Fox, in Back to the Future 3,
yes,
there's a scene where one of the many Tannins,
it's Mad Dog. It's Mad Dog Tannen, like strings him up. It's like if he finds him, he like drags him across. It's the whole like, it's a really good stunt scene where like he pulls him through the town and everything like that, and then eventually strings him out in the new courthouse that is also famous to be out throughout the thing.
Yeah, save the clock tower, people. Save the clock tower.
So what happened was, essentially the scene, the hanging scene didn't seem to work that well, just because there is safety harnesses in which it goes from your neck and then down your shoulders. If you've watched Sherlock Holmes, you understand what I'm talking about, the one with Robert Downey Jr. in it. Which is, so they kind of removed some of the harnesses because it wasn't working too well. Yeah,
they weren't getting and I think Michael J. Fox was even part of the decision that they weren't getting the look that they needed when it came to his hanging. So he was like, right, we'll do it without the box. We'll do it with, do it a little more for real to make it look real. But apparently the timing was off slightly, and he ended up actually passing out. Problem with passing out when you're pretending to be hanged and the like is that not everybody realized straight away. So it's another one of those stories of, oh, this is getting kind of serious. Yeah,
but like he was then, the safety guys all kicked in and got him out of the situation, But he wasn't able to. I do remember this. He wasn't able to. His voice was a little bit damaged for a little bit of time just during filming. But
and it's a definite example of commitment. So he knew that he wanted the right shot to be got. So he went for it, and at least he didn't look at the largest man in existence and go, will you hit me as hard as you can? Again, Sylvester Stallone, you're a big dude, but come on, what were you thinking? It's Dolph Lundgren. Okay, and on that note of the massiveness of Dolph Lundgren, would you like to walk us home on this one? Yeah,
so if you liked which is this, please like and subscribe, and as I said before, if you have any comments about some other actors who may have committed to a piece too far
to the point of injury,
or any kind of accidents that they played off as a kind of committed piece, which could comment down below. And also just comment, happy everything.
Yeah, happy talking to us there. It's and on that bombshell,
weird note,
I've been Patrick,
and I've been Paul,
and we've been Hearsay. We'll see you next time.